mind-boggling, and check your pocket right now, because the state quarters most people toss into vending machines could actually be hidden wealth worth a shocking fortune. Do not spend these coins. Some of these ordinary-looking quarters are triggering real auction wars while nobody talks about them outside elite collector circles. What you're about to see starts with a coin tied to silent fortune, but every next coin gets rarer, scarier, and more valuable. Collectors are fighting over these discoveries, and one tiny detail could change everything for you forever. First up, the craziest part about the 2017 D state quarter isn't how it looks. It's how normal it looks, while secretly carrying the kind of value that can completely change somebody's financial future overnight. Most people would grab this coin, glance at it for half a second, and spend it on coffee without a second thought. That mistake has already happened thousands of times across America. And right now, somewhere out there, someone is unknowingly handing over a six-figure coin for face value. This is not fiction. A 2017 D state quarter, in fine condition, has shocked collectors with auction prices climbing toward $110,000. And what makes this even more disturbing is that there are examples still hiding in circulation today. Do not spend this coin. Stay with me, because the details behind this quarter become even more unbelievable once you know what collectors are desperately hunting for. Back in 2017, the United States was moving through a period of economic uncertainty, rising consumer pressure, political tension, and major transitions in the national economy. People were distracted by everyday survival, gas prices, bills, debt, and constant financial pressure. Almost nobody was paying attention to coins. And that's exactly why rare pieces from this period slipped quietly into circulation unnoticed. The Denver Mint was producing enormous numbers of quarters under intense production schedules, and when massive output collides with heavy die stress and accelerated minting pressure, strange things begin happening to coins. Tiny differences appear. Surface quality changes. Strike sharpness shifts. Texture becomes inconsistent. These little details are exactly what advanced collectors obsess over today. Most people miss this because they assume modern quarters can't be valuable. That assumption is costing ordinary Americans silent fortunes every single day. Now look closely at the front of the coin, the obverse. You'll see the familiar portrait of President George Washington facing left, carrying that calm expression most Americans never examine carefully. Across the top is the word liberty, while "In God We Trust" rests beside Washington's profile. The date 2017 appears below, but what truly changes everything is the tiny D mint mark sitting near the date, showing this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. That small letter may look harmless, but collectors study it with near-obsessive attention. The spacing, strike depth, surface texture around the mint mark, and even the surrounding luster can dramatically affect value. On the reverse side, the state quarter design tells a story deeply connected to American identity, history, and regional pride. The engraving details, lettering sharpness, rim integrity, and pressure consistency all matter far more than casual collectors realize. One tiny detail can separate an ordinary quarter from hidden treasure worth serious money. This quarter feels ordinary in the hand, and that's part of what makes it so dangerous to ignore. The coin carries a standard-clad composition made from layers of copper and nickel surrounding a pure copper core. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams, with a diameter near 24.3 millimeters and a thickness around 1.75 millimeters. Its reeded edge gives it that familiar rough grip Americans instantly recognize, yet collectors pay attention even to the girth and edge sharpness because abnormal wear patterns can expose whether a coin survived circulation naturally or was damaged later. Some surviving examples show unusually preserved details despite years of circulation, creating intense excitement in auction rooms. Others carry deep original toning that forms dark silver-gray surfaces mixed with faint golden or smoky blue shades. Never clean the coin. The moment somebody scrubs away that natural surface, the emotional value collapses instantly. Original toning matters because collectors want authenticity, not artificial shine. What really drives collectors insane about the 2017 D quarter is how few truly desirable examples remain untouched today. People abuse these coins without realizing what they had. They were dropped into parking meters, scraped across countertops, buried in drawers, and exposed to humidity, fingerprints, oils, and cleaning chemicals. Every damaged coin reduced the surviving population of premium examples. That shrinking supply created a feeding frenzy among serious buyers. Some collectors wait years for the right example to appear at auction. Others quietly hold them in private collections and refuse to sell at any price because they believe future values could climb even higher. This detail changes everything. Condition is king. A fine condition example with strong original surfaces, balanced wear, visible design clarity, and attractive natural aging can command unbelievable attention. Professional grading becomes critical because buyers want independent authentication before risking massive money on a modern coin. And the auction behavior surrounding this quarter is something most people never see. It's quiet at first. A few collectors place cautious bids. Then suddenly, the room changes. Phones come out. Online bidders jump in. Wealthy collectors start fighting emotionally instead of logically. The price rises fast because everyone understands how difficult it is to locate an authentic, problem-free 2017 D example with the exact qualities the market wants. Some auctions become tense battles lasting several minutes over a single quarter that once bought almost nothing. Think about that for a second. A coin people spend without hesitation can suddenly trigger six-figure bidding wars among elite collectors. That's why this coin feels less like pocket change and more like hidden wealth buried in plain sight across America. And the terrifying part is that millions of people still don't know this is happening. Another reason this coin became so desirable is the emotional connection collectors have with modern American coinage. Older coins already carry legendary status, but modern quarters create a different kind of obsession because they still feel reachable. People believe they might actually find one. That possibility fuels non-stop searching through change jars, bank rolls, cash registers, estate sales, and forgotten family collections. Collectors examine mint marks under magnification, checking strike quality, edge definition, lettering sharpness, and surface preservation. Some even inspect tiny texture variations around Washington's hair or the reverse design because microscopic differences can influence desirability. This is not fiction. The modern coin market exploded once people realized certain newer quarters were becoming dramatically harder to locate in premium condition. Demand keeps rising while untouched examples continue disappearing forever. If you ever find a 2017 D state quarter, the first thing you should do is slow down and inspect it carefully under proper lighting. Do not rub it. Do not polish it. Do not wipe dirt away with your thumb. Those mistakes destroy value permanently. Even experienced collectors have ruined silent fortunes trying to improve a coin's appearance. Natural darkness, antique toning, and original surface texture are often exactly what buyers want to see. Look closely at the lettering. Study the edges. Check the mint mark. Pay attention to unusual sharpness or strong surviving details. Then place the coin safely in a protective holder immediately. Patience creates wealth in this market because rushed decisions usually lead to regret. The people making serious money with rare coins are the ones who protect condition and wait for the right buyer instead of panicking. There's also a psychological reason collectors chase this quarter so aggressively. It represents a hidden opportunity most people completely overlook. Rare coin collecting isn't only about metal, it's about discovery, secrecy, competition, and the thrill of finding treasure before someone else notices. When a collector holds a valuable 2017 D quarter, they know they possess something ordinary people would ignore instantly. That hidden advantage creates emotional attachment. Some collectors describe it almost like holding a financial time capsule from modern America. Others see it as quiet protection against uncertain economic times. And when the market sees rising demand combined with shrinking supply, values can move fast. That's why some experts believe the strongest surviving examples haven't reached their full potential yet. The market keeps evolving, and collectors keep becoming more aggressive. The physical appearance of surviving high-value examples can also be surprisingly dramatic. Some carry thick smoky toning around the rim, while the center retains lighter, silver-gray brilliance. Others show deep strike definition, where Washington's profile appears unusually sharp compared to standard circulated examples. Collectors sometimes obsess over luster transitions, edge reads, or subtle die characteristics invisible to average people. Under magnification, tiny details become enormous factors in determining desirability. This is why professional grading is absolutely critical. A certified grade gives buyers confidence, protects authenticity, and often unlocks much higher auction prices. Without grading, even a potentially valuable coin may struggle to achieve its full market potential because advanced buyers demand certainty before investing serious money. What scares collectors most is knowing how easily these coins continue disappearing. Every day, more examples are damaged, cleaned, lost, or spent without anyone realizing their importance. That constant destruction makes surviving high-quality pieces even more desirable. Imagine finding one of these quarters in an old jar at home, realizing it could represent hidden wealth worth more than a luxury car, a down payment on a house, or even life-changing financial freedom. That possibility is exactly why people across America are now checking pockets, drawers, cup holders, and cash change with completely different eyes. Once you understand what this coin represents, you never look at ordinary quarters the same way again. And believe me, what comes next is even bigger. Because the next state quarter on this list doesn't just shock collectors, it terrifies them. Its rarity is more extreme, its auction history is more explosive, and one tiny, overlooked detail has turned ordinary people into owners of silent fortunes almost overnight. Stay till the end, because the next coin may be the most dangerous coin to ignore in your entire pocket change collection. Most people would never stop for a 2012 P state quarter. They'd hear the clink in their pocket, toss it onto a counter, feed it into a vending machine, and walk away without realizing they may have just lost a hidden treasure collectors have been chasing in silence for years. That's what makes this coin so dangerous. It doesn't look rare. It doesn't scream value. It hides in plain sight, like quiet wealth waiting for the wrong person to spend it. And somewhere tonight, somebody is accidentally giving this coin away for 25 cents, while serious collectors keep searching desperately for surviving examples. Do not spend this coin. What you're about to hear changes the way you look at modern quarters forever. The story behind the 2012 P State Quarter begins during one of the strangest financial and emotional periods in modern American history. America was still recovering from economic instability, rising debt pressure, job insecurity, and nationwide uncertainty after years of financial stress. Families were cutting costs everywhere possible, and almost nobody cared about pocket change anymore. That environment created the perfect storm for valuable modern coins to slip through unnoticed. The Philadelphia Mint was under constant production demand, striking massive numbers of quarters quickly to keep coins flowing across the country. When mints operate under heavy speed and pressure, tiny differences emerge in strike quality, surface texture, and long-term preservation. Most people never notice these details. Collectors notice everything. And the 2012 quarter became one of those silent survivors that slowly transformed from ordinary circulation money into a hidden object of obsession. What makes this coin even scarier is how harmless it appears at first glance. On the obverse, the front side, you'll see the iconic portrait of George Washington facing left. The word liberty stretches boldly across the top, while "In God We Trust" rests near Washington's neck. The date 2012 sits below, and beside it is the tiny P mint mark showing it came from Philadelphia. That small letter is where the obsession begins. Collectors study the shape, placement, depth, and surrounding texture around that mint mark with extreme intensity. Tiny differences invisible to ordinary people can completely separate common pieces from serious collector targets. The reverse design carries detailed artwork connected to the America the Beautiful Quarter series, celebrating landscapes and national identity with intricate engraving work. Every line, every ridge, every letter matters. Some collectors spend hours examining one single quarter under magnification, searching for tiny characteristics others would never even imagine checking. Physically, the coin feels familiar in the hand, which is part of the trap. It carries the standard clad composition used in modern US. Quarters, outer layers of copper nickel bonded to a pure copper center core. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams, measures around 24.3 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness near 1.75 millimeters. Its reeded edge gives it that rough-ridged grip Americans recognize instantly from everyday change. But collectors pay attention to much more than that. They examine girth consistency, edge sharpness, strike balance, and even how the coin reflects light under different angles. Some surviving 2012 quarters show unusually strong detail despite circulation, and those examples create enormous excitement because survival in attractive condition is becoming increasingly rare. This detail changes everything. The more ordinary these coins seemed in circulation, the more carelessly they were treated, and that dramatically reduced the number of premium survivors left today. One of the biggest mistakes people make is cleaning the coin after finding it. Never clean this coin. The moment somebody rubs the surface with cloth, polish, chemicals, or even their fingers aggressively, permanent microscopic damage begins. Collectors do not want shiny, clean surfaces. They want originality. They want honest aging. They want natural toning that developed over years of circulation and storage. Some of the most desired examples carry deep, smoky gray surfaces mixed with subtle gold, blue, or antique silver tones near the rims. Others show darker areas created naturally through time and environmental exposure. That original skin tells a story. Once it's removed, the emotional appeal disappears instantly. A cleaned coin can lose enormous collector interest overnight. Most people miss this because they assume bright equals valuable, but in the coin world, originality is everything. As the years passed, collectors slowly realized something alarming. Truly attractive 2012 quarters were becoming harder and harder to locate. Millions had been heavily circulated, scratched, bent, cleaned, or damaged beyond collector standards. Others vanished into jars, old drawers, parking meters, laundromats, and forgotten coin rolls. The surviving examples with balanced wear, visible design clarity, strong rims, and untouched surfaces became increasingly desirable. Demand quietly exploded while supply kept shrinking. This is exactly how hidden wealth is created. Serious collectors began competing aggressively for superior examples, especially coins showing strong eye appeal and original surfaces. Some buyers entered auctions quietly, trying not to draw attention. Others became emotionally invested, refusing to lose bidding wars after searching months or years for the right coin. That emotional pressure changed the market completely. The auction environment around the 2012 P quarter can feel almost surreal. At first, bidding appears calm. A few cautious offers appear on screen. Then, suddenly, someone recognizes the quality of the coin and everything changes. New bidders rush in. Prices climb rapidly. Experienced collectors begin fighting over details average people would never notice. Strike sharpness, edge preservation, toning patterns, and surface integrity. The energy becomes tense because everyone understands one terrifying truth. Another coin, exactly like it, may not appear again anytime soon. That's why collectors are holding many of these coins tightly instead of selling them back into the market. They believe supply will continue shrinking while collector awareness keeps rising. And every year, more examples are accidentally destroyed by ordinary people who still think modern quarters cannot be valuable. What makes this coin emotionally powerful is the idea that it could still be out there hiding unnoticed. Imagine opening an old kitchen drawer tonight and finding a 2012 P quarter mixed in with ordinary change. Imagine realizing you nearly spent a coin collectors have been searching for obsessively. That possibility is what keeps people hooked. It's the thrill of discovery, the fear of missing hidden treasure, the realization that silent fortune may already be sitting inside forgotten coin jars across America. This is not fiction. Stories continue appearing of people rediscovering valuable modern quarters years after ignoring them completely. And once collectors identify a modern coin as genuinely difficult to find in desirable condition, the market psychology changes forever. Another reason this quarter became such a collector magnet is because modern coins create a unique kind of hope. Older rare coins already feel unreachable to many people because they disappeared generations ago. But modern quarters still circulate. That means ordinary Americans feel they have a chance to discover something extraordinary themselves. That dream drives non-stop searching. Collectors examine bankrolls, gas station change, inherited collections, flea market bins, and cash register trays, hoping to spot the right details before somebody else notices. Some collectors focus specifically on Philadelphia minted quarters because they believe certain strike characteristics and preservation patterns from that mint create stronger, long-term demand. Others chase original toning, while some obsess over crisp lettering and edge definition. Every collector sees something different, which only increases competition. If you find a 2012 P quarter, the first thing you should do is isolate it carefully. Hold it by the edges only. Avoid fingerprints because oils from skin can damage surfaces over time. Use soft lighting and inspect the coin slowly. Check the mint mark. Study the lettering. Look for balanced wear and original texture. Never attempt to improve the appearance. Never dip it in chemicals. Never scrub dirt away. Those mistakes destroy value forever. Instead, place the coin in a protective holder immediately and consider professional grading. Professional grading is critical because authenticated condition creates trust in the marketplace. Serious buyers want proof that a coin remains original and problem-free before risking major money. A professionally graded example can attract dramatically stronger auction attention than an unprotected raw coin. Collectors also love this quarter because it represents a modern survival story. Think about how many millions were handled carelessly by people who had no idea they mattered. Every scratch, every cleaning attempt, every damaged edge removed another potential premium example from existence. That constant destruction increased rarity quietly, year after year. Now, when an attractive, fine-condition 2012p quarter appears with original surfaces and pleasing eye appeal, collectors react emotionally because they understand how difficult true survivors have become. Some describe the feeling as holding a forgotten piece of modern American history. Others call it hidden wealth disguised as everyday money. And when demand rises faster than surviving supply, prices can become absolutely explosive. Today, the strongest surviving examples of the 2012 P State Quarter have pushed auction market values toward astonishing levels, with some reaching around $130,000 under the right conditions. Think about how insane that sounds. A quarter most people would never even glance at twice can suddenly represent serious money, life-changing opportunity, and silent fortune hiding in plain sight. That's why people across America are now searching pockets and coin jars with fear in their eyes. Nobody wants to be this person who accidentally spent one. Nobody wants to realize too late that hidden treasure passed through their hands unnoticed. And trust me, the next coin is even more unbelievable. Quarter collectors are hunting carries a reputation so shocking that some experts refuse to underestimate it anymore. Its rarity story is darker, the collector obsession is more aggressive, and one tiny overlooked detail has triggered absolute chaos in auctions. Stay with me, because what comes next could make this quarter look ordinary. There's a dangerous reason collectors suddenly freeze when they spot a 2016 P State Quarter in circulation. Not because the coin looks special, but because it doesn't. It blends into ordinary pocket change so perfectly that millions of Americans have already spent these coins without hesitation. That's what makes this quarter terrifying. Hidden treasure rarely announces itself. Silent fortune hides quietly in cash drawers, cup holders, laundromats, and old jars, while ordinary people unknowingly throw away opportunities that could change their lives forever. Do not spend this coin. What makes the 2016 P quarter so powerful is the fact that most people still believe modern quarters cannot possibly matter. That misunderstanding is exactly why collectors are searching harder than ever. Back in 2016, America was moving through one of the most emotionally charged and financially uncertain periods of the decade. Political tension was everywhere. Economic anxiety was rising. Families were struggling with debt, rising costs, and fears about the future. During moments like that, almost nobody pays attention to coins. People spend fast, move fast, and overlook small things. That environment became the perfect breeding ground for overlooked modern rarities. The Philadelphia Mint was producing enormous numbers of quarters under non-stop demand, and heavy minting pressure always creates risk. Dies wear down faster, surface quality shifts, strike sharpness changes, small details become inconsistent. Most people never notice these differences, but collectors absolutely do. Over time, they realized something shocking. Finding attractive, surviving 2016 P quarters with original surfaces and strong eye appeal was becoming much harder than expected. The front of the coin immediately looks familiar to every American, which is exactly why people ignore it. On the obverse, George Washington faces left with the classic portrait that has appeared on quarters for generations. Above his head is the bold word, liberty. To the left appears, "In God we trust," and below sits the date, 2016, alongside the tiny P mint mark, showing the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. That little mint mark may seem insignificant, but advanced collectors treat it like a fingerprint. They study its exact shape, placement, strike depth, surrounding texture, and clarity under magnification. One tiny variation can completely change collector interest. The reverse side carries detailed artwork from the America the Beautiful Quarter program, celebrating American landmarks and heritage with intricate engraving and carefully balanced lettering. Every line matters. Every edge matters. Some collectors spend hours examining a single coin, searching for tiny characteristics hidden from normal eyes. Physically, the coin feels completely ordinary, and that's part of its danger. It carries the standard clad composition used in modern US. Quarters combining outer copper-nickel layers bonded to a pure copper center. The coin weighs roughly 5.67 grams, measures around 24.3 millimeters across, and has a thickness close to 1.75 millimeters. Its reeded edge gives it that familiar ridged grip everyone recognizes instantly. But collectors go much deeper. They inspect girth consistency, edge sharpness, luster behavior, and strike balance. Some surviving examples show surprisingly strong detail despite circulation, creating enormous excitement among buyers because truly attractive pieces are disappearing rapidly. Most people miss this because they assume newer coins survive easily. They don't. Modern quarters are abused constantly, tossed into machines, scraped across counters, buried in cars, dropped onto concrete, and exposed to years of wear that quietly destroy premium examples forever. One of the most important details collectors obsess over is originality. Never clean this coin. That warning cannot be repeated enough. The second somebody attempts to polish, wipe, or chemically brighten the surface, irreversible microscopic damage begins. Collectors do not want shiny, artificial surfaces. They want natural aging. They want authentic toning. Some of the most desired 2016 P quarters carry deep silver-gray surfaces mixed with subtle gold or blue shades near the rims. Others develop darker, antique textures from years of untouched storage. That natural appearance creates emotional power because it proves the coin survived honestly. Cleaning destroys that story instantly. Even gentle rubbing with cloth can leave hairline scratches that reduce collector demand dramatically. This detail changes everything because countless valuable coins have already been ruined by people trying to improve them. What truly transformed the 2016 P quarter into a collector obsession was the realization that high-quality survivors were becoming scarce much faster than expected. Millions entered circulation, but only a tiny percentage survived with strong visual appeal and original surfaces intact. Every damaged coin reduced the future supply available to serious collectors. Over time, demand quietly exploded. Some collectors began hoarding attractive examples immediately. Others searched bank rolls aggressively, hoping to locate untouched survivors before the market fully caught on. Auction houses started noticing increased competition. Prices climbed, buyers became emotional, and suddenly, a quarter once ignored by almost everyone started triggering fierce bidding wars among collectors who understood exactly what was happening. The psychology inside these auctions is fascinating and intense. At first, bidding often appears slow and controlled. Then, one experienced collector recognizes exceptional surface quality or unusually attractive toning, and the entire atmosphere shifts instantly. New bidders enter aggressively. Phones light up. Online collectors jump in. Prices start climbing rapidly because everyone understands how difficult it is to locate another coin with those exact qualities. Some buyers become emotionally attached before the auction even ends. Others refuse to back down because they know opportunities like this may not appear again for months or even years. That emotional competition is exactly what pushes ordinary-looking quarters into the realm of serious money. This is not fiction. Hidden wealth creates obsession when supply shrinks faster than demand. Another reason collectors love the 2016p quarter is because it represents possibility. Unlike ancient rare coins locked away in museums, this quarter still feels reachable. People believe they could genuinely discover one in everyday life, and that belief keeps millions searching. Someone watching this right now may already own one without realizing it. Maybe it's sitting inside a forgotten drawer. Maybe it's buried inside an old coin jar. Maybe it's mixed into pocket change at this very moment. That possibility creates a powerful emotional connection collectors cannot resist. Rare modern quarters feel like treasure hunts happening in real time, and the 2016p became one of the coins fueling that nationwide obsession. Collectors also pay intense attention to the coin's surface behavior under lighting. Some premium examples display unusually balanced luster even in circulated condition, while others carry beautiful natural toning patterns that make the coin stand out visually. Edge quality matters too. Sharp, well-preserved reeds can dramatically increase desirability because they suggest careful survival through years of circulation. Even lettering sharpness becomes important. Advanced buyers examine "Liberty, in God we trust," and the reverse inscriptions closely because softness, fading, or uneven strike characteristics can reveal how the coin was produced and preserved. Most people would never notice these tiny details, but collectors absolutely do. Tiny details separate ordinary coins from hidden treasure. If you ever discover a 2016p quarter, slow down immediately. Do not spend this coin. Hold it only by the edges. Avoid fingerprints because oils from skin can permanently affect surfaces over time. Place it under soft light and examine the mint mark carefully. Check the rims, lettering, and overall balance of wear. Never attempt home cleaning methods. Never use chemicals. Never scrub dirt away. Those mistakes destroy value forever. Instead, store the coins safely in a protective holder and consider professional grading. Professional grading is critical because authenticated condition creates trust. Buyers spending serious money want independent confirmation that a coin remains original and problem-free. Without grading, even a potentially valuable coin may never achieve its full market potential. As awareness spread, collectors became increasingly aggressive about acquiring strong examples of the 2016p quarter. Some quietly hold them long-term, believing supply will continue shrinking as more coins are lost or damaged each year. Others actively search circulation, hoping to find survivors before they disappear forever. This growing imbalance between demand and surviving quality examples has created extraordinary market pressure. Today, premium examples in fine condition have reached auction market values near $120,000 under the right conditions. Think about how unbelievable that sounds. A quarter people casually spend on snacks or parking meters could secretly represent life-changing opportunity, serious money, and what makes this even more emotional is knowing how many have already been lost forever. Every day, valuable examples continue getting scratched, cleaned, bent, or spent by people who have no idea what they're holding. That ongoing destruction only increases rarity for surviving coins. And as collectors become more educated about modern quarter scarcity, competition keeps intensifying. Hidden wealth becomes more valuable when fewer people recognize it in time. That's why patience matters so much in this market. The collectors building real fortunes are the ones protecting original condition and waiting carefully instead of rushing into bad decisions. And now you understand why the 2016 State Quarter has become one of the most dangerous modern coins to ignore. It hides quietly among ordinary change, while collectors fight privately to secure surviving examples before they vanish completely. This coin proves something terrifying. Life-changing treasure does not always look rare. Sometimes it looks completely ordinary until the market suddenly realizes what was hiding there all along. Before you leave, check every quarter in your pocket tonight. Check your old jars. Check your car. Check the forgotten coins hiding inside drawers and containers across your house. Because the next hidden fortune could already be sitting inches away from you right now. And trust me, the coins we cover next on Coin Empire USA become even more unbelievable. Some are rarer than these. Some have triggered auction chaos collectors still talk about in whispers. And one tiny overlooked detail on the next coin could be the difference between 25 cents and a financial discovery you never recover from missing.